Well, back to Encvlave, the show where we play 30k and there's no other game other than 30k, and if you talk about it, the authorities will be made aware of it.
Weird that you didn't mention that. Is there another game?
Rumors of Goldstein.
I got all
Rumors of Goldstein.
stuff. I think it's called Tau. I don't know what it is.
We've always been at war with East Asia. Clarence is here. Jay is here. What did you bring tonight, Clarence?
I brought Night Lords.
You brought Night Lords? And you, Jay?
Alpha Legion.
Alpha Legion? Okay, cool. And that's 2,500, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what's the name of your faction?
The Hydra-Fire Enclave.
And what is the name of your faction?
The Night Lords.
What, you don't need fluff?
No.
Dude, if people find out, there'll be rumors.
I mean, rumors that fluff sucks.
If you play for the enjoyment of the game, you're a power gaming whack asshole, Clarence.
My fluff is that
I make up fluff.
My fluff is that my guys win all the time and use all the best
That's
stuff.
good fluff. That's excellent fluff.
I put the power in power game.
I doubt we'll do any terrain discussion, because you know how we do. We're pretentious. But if you see things not melting through stuff, it's probably not happening.
Also, yeah, because the FAQ tells you you can't. Like, everyone gets some BS now.
Even GW agrees with us.
Yeah.
We'll have plenty of shit to talk about later. So yeah, without further ado, armies.
Alpha Legion, 2,500 points. Army list. So we're going to start off with HQ. So we got a Praetor here. He's in tartar sauce armor, because that's what I like to call it. And he's got a Combi Melta. He's got a Paragon Blade. He also has the Iron Halo to give him that very cool save. He has a Power Dagger as well. Moving along, we have a Centurion right here. So he is a Moratat. He has 2 Plasma Pistols. He has the Phase Walker. And he has Artificer Armor and a Refractor Field. Moving along to troops. So starting off with a tactical squad right here. There is a sergeant with power sword, and he has artificer armor. There is a Vexillia squad. That's going to be this gentleman right here. Then we have a plasma tactical support squad with a augury scanner and artificer armor. Moving along, we have a Legion Terminator squad. They have a dedicated transport of the Land Raider Phobos. They have a plasma blaster, 2 chain fists, a power fist, 2 power swords, 4 combi meltas, and I believe that's it for them. Moving along, we have 2 separate rapier gun batteries. They're equipped with the splinter and sunder rounds. I can't remember what they're called. Shatter rounds. That's it. Thank you. And then behind them, we have a Mortis Contemptor Dreadnought. He has 2 carries assault cannons and nothing else. Moving along, I forgot to mention, there's a veteran squad right here. They have 2 Melta guns, Melta bombs, 2 power swords, artificer armor and power fist, and power dagger on the sergeant. Back here, there's a whirlwind Scorpius with a dozer blade. Back here we have a Vindicator with the laser destroyer array, dozer blade, twin link bolter, and then fast attack. We've got a lightning strike fighter with 6 Kraken missiles, and he's got Tank Hunter and Strafing Run. Then we have, back here in the corner, the Predator with the Executioner Plasma Cannon, Machine Spirit, and a Twin Link Bolter. I almost forgot, my Warlord trait is World Burner, and my Rite of War is Pride of the Legion.
Night Lord Force. We got Primarch Conrad Kurz is my warlord, granting me no warlord trait. I am running Horror Cult as my Rite of War, so that gives me the Raptors as troops, which is that 6-man squad there with double lightning claws, 1 melta gun, artificer armor, melta bombs on the sergeant. I have a Legion Herald guy there with a thunder hammer, artificer, and refractor field, and got a Siege Breaker in Cataphractii armor with a Deep Strike, counts as Encvlave and Volkite, and 3 Phosphex bombs. 2 5-man Terminator squads. One squad has 4 Power Fists and a Chain Fist on the Urgent. The other squad has 5 Combi Plas and Teleportation Transponders, whatever they're called. I have a 5-man Plasma Support Squad, Artificer Melta Bomb on the Sergeant. I have a 15-man Tactical Squad with double close combat weapon, bolters, Power Fist, Artificer Armor on the Sergeant. I have 3 quad mortars with Shatter and Phosphex rounds. And I have the Fire Raptor with the Strength 8 missiles and the Reaper batteries. And everything in the list has trophies of judgment from my Rite of War. This is Night Lord's deployment, starting right here. Opted for a pretty defensive deployment since I went first and Jason scared my artillery. So I have some cataphracti. I put the quad mortars in kind of a central-ish location. Next to them in the true center is really the tactical blob with the herald. Taking like position on the roof is the plasma squad overseeing like my objective and kind of cross from the objective on the other side of the board, and then Kurz and his friends are up the flank. And I have 2 units in reserve. Reserves, we got a unit of deep striking cataphracti with attached siege breaker, and then just normal plain flyer reserves for the Fire Raptor.
The Alpha Legion deployment, we're going to start right here. We got a tactical blob, well, tactical squad. They infiltrated there. We've got a tactical support squad. They infiltrated there as well. Land Raider full of Terminators, infiltrated. We got the Rapier gun, infiltrated. We got the Moritat, infiltrated.
They set the theme.
We've got the Dreadnought back here. He just deployed. We got the Vindicator and Predator chilling back here. We got another Rapier, infiltrated back here. And then finally, oh sorry, actually not finally, second finally, we have the Whirlwind, and then finally, whoop, over here, we have the Praetor and the Veterans. Most of them are underneath. They're hunkered down in that building. They infiltrated. You guessed it right. There's a theme. Okay, so we'll see you with reserves. Legion Reserve! I have 1 reserve. It is my Lightning Strike Fighter. It's in reserve. Normal fire reserves. Okay, so I'm about to win the game by rolling a 6. Here we go. Check it out. It's all in the wrist.
Oh my god.
Interference.
Bam! That's how it's done. Breaking turn 1, Alpha Legion. So still the initiative. Fucking trolling all hell. So we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna start over here. So this guy, he's just chilling there. He's just chilling right now. He's just staring at a wall, and there's a very intricate rock that's very got his attention. This Rapier sat here, fired over here, but it missed. Shots fell off the table. They're on the ground somewhere. Back here, I'm gonna go with the other Rapier. It also fired there. Same effect, just sort of flew off. Then this guy here, Dreadnought, he just moved up and ran. The tactical squad here kind of jockeyed for position, moved around. Plasma squad here kind of moved down behind him. Land Raider moved up. The Vindicator moved here, didn't really have a shot. He was out of range, so he's just chilling there. The Whirlwind back here fired, landed a couple good hits, and managed to kill one of the batteries. That was kind of cool. And then over here,
Mr. Plasma?
oh, I'm saving the best for last.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So over here, we've got the Veteran Squad. They're just chilling. They're just chilling like villains, you know. They didn't really do anything. But come on back over here. So we've got this Predator. He like Dukes of Hazzard over this hill here, and then unleashed a volley of plasma bolts into what was once a Terminator squad, which is now a bunch of molten slag quivering on the ground.
First blood.
So that's first blood. Yeah, pretty sweet. So that's the end of my turn. We'll see you at the end of Night Lord's turn 1.
It's the end of Night Lord turn 1. Moving down here. The Night Raptors moved up 12, and they ran, I think, an extra 3 inches because they were within the radius of the banner. Kurz moved here, joined the squad, and the squad then ran a couple inches as well, but mainly just to block off the impending terminating. And the quad mortar shot at his tactical squad, scattered a bunch, but to redeem my fallen Terminator's armor save or invul save, they did 12 out of the 13 wounds possible, and if not for some good going to ground saves that would have been toasted. It still pretty much is, but that's pretty much it for me. Let's see at the end of Alpha Legion turn 2.
So this is the end of Alpha Legion turn 2. We're gonna start down here. So Mordrak the Insatiable, my Octobrain guy, he teleported up there. He shot a bunch of plasma pistol stuff at this squad of rapiers over here. They're like 7 hits. Not bad, considering I was just informed that I made the most horrible combination of weapons for my Mortat. Yeah, there we go.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, Rick and Mortat. All right. So yeah, so he did like I don't know. He killed 2 crew and a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's he did put a wound in a gun. So that's not bad. Okay. So Land Raider moved up, disgorged troops. They didn't shoot. They stayed here, and at the end of the phase, they assaulted the tactical squad. Prior to that, The Contemptor Dreadnought fired in, didn't kill anything. He has Stealth and Shrouded. Plasma, same thing. Stealth and Shrouded blocked all the shots. Back here, Plasma Predator, he fired. Scored a bunch of wounds. I believe he finished off the last gun with that, or he did a bunch of wounds. He did a bunch of damage. Going over here to the plane, he came in, he flew into the danger zone, and he unloaded 2 missiles on a last cannon and finished off the last gun. So it's kind of cool. This guy here, he snap fired. Way over here. Didn't hit, but he did it. So that's something. Back here, Vindicator. Fired his full charge at the tactical squad. Actually only scored 1 wound. He passed his cover save, and then he rolled a 1 and took a hull point. So not very good trade-off, but you know, it happens. This rapier over here, he fired at the crew here, but his shot landed off the table. This rapier here fired his splinter rounds, killed 1 raptor.
No.
Did he? No, it was the Whirlybird. He fired but didn't do anything. The Whirlybird fired over here and killed 1. He got a bunch of hits, like 4 hits, but he killed 1 because, you know, clearly he's a tricky bastard. Over here, very last thing, veterans, they did nothing again. They took an objective, so that's something. I don't know, whatever. So that's the end of my turn 2. So we'll see you at the end of Cleary's turn 3. Turn 2.
Night Lord turn 3. Both my reserves came in, and starting over here, my Terminators scattered off the deep strike and barely dodged the table edge. They shot with all their plasma. For once did not roll 5 hits, they got 7, and he failed like 5 or 4 of them. It's pretty good off the 4+ save, killed a backload. Fire Raptor came in off the edge with the angle, shot the plane, the Mortat, the dudes on the building, and the Plasma Executioner. Lots of targets, lots of panning. Killed the Executioner with the 3 of the Hellstrike missiles, whatever they're called, the upgrade ones. Made the plane jink. It was pretty useful. The plasma guys here also snapshotted at the plane. I got 3 overheats because my plasma guys are notoriously shit, but they did manage to ping off a hull point, so that's something. My Night Raptors moved up, and I forgot to charge. Moving down over here, my crewman moved up and shot at the Mortat and did nothing. Also forgot to charge. And finally in combat, I just smoked them because it's not a surprise. He failed his fear test for the 2nd turn in a row, which also isn't a surprise on -3. And then I consolidated slightly back. And that's pretty much it for me. So at the end of Alpha Legion turn 3.
Alpha Legion turn 3. We're gonna start right here. So Mr. Land Raider, he moved up, kind of just sort of blocked stuff. I don't know. He shot all his stuff in here, did like nothing, right? Like you passed all your cover saves. Yeah. Contemptor Dreadnought, combined with the firepower of these plasma guns, I almost call them rifles, fired at the Night Raptors that were here and killed the remaining 4. This tactical squad guy moved up there. He's just trying to hunker down. Over here, we've got the Mortat. I'll get it one day.
Less tat.
Yeah, less tat. Let's tit for tat. Okay, so he jumped back there.
He was there.
And now he's there. He was there and he's there. Okay, now Rapier, still chilling there. They fired at this squad, I believe, and missed. I think that one missed. Yes, okay. Going back here. This guy didn't really have any shots, so he just moved to try and like get behind the wreck of his friend there and hunker down there. Back here, this Rapier fired, I think onto the Raptors as well, but missed with the splinter rounds. I think I got like 1 or 2 hits. I killed 1 guy, yeah. The Whirlybird back here fired, Scorpius launcher, killed 4 out of 5 of the plasma gunners. Not bad. Going back over here, there was a squad and an HQ over here once upon a time. They moved out, they fired, they did nothing. They hit with a bunch of stuff but didn't wound. They assaulted, they bounced. These guys just wrecked face. Clear's got some tough guys. Yeah. Anyway, so and I should mention that my plane flew off into reserves. Yeah. So that's the end of Alpha Legion turn 3. We'll see you at the end of Cleary's turn 3.
Night Lord's turn 3. Starting over here, my intrepid plane zoomed up a bit. Decided to gun down some plasma people. The sergeant was the lone survivor with his 2+ armor save, but he cowered in fear from the onslaught that is the plane and fell back like 9 inches or so. My plasma sergeant went and cowered under a floor of the building. Did not like the barrage. Kurz and friends moved on up and tried to charge the Dreadnought. Failed to charge. He got a wound inflicted on him from Overwatch, but then it will not dieted it back. And that's it for me. Except for my Terminator squad up in the corner that kind of just trundled on over. Yeah, on the objective. That's it for me. See at the start of or end of Alpha Legion turn 4.
Alpha Legion turn 4. We're gonna start down here. So Land Raider, still kicking. He just sort of shifted over, fired some stuff here. I don't believe he did anything. I think you passed all your cover saves, yeah. Contemptor Dreadnought over here. Managed to slam 4 wounds down on Kurz. That's pretty cool. Comrade Kurz is hurting, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, Laser Cater back here, fired. Same target, passed all his cover saves. He's got that sweet cover save. Just couldn't get through it. Splinter rounds from here, fired in the back. Managed to pick off a couple guys. I think I killed 2, maybe 3. Killed one of the remaining crew from the Rapiers. Over here, this guy, he rallied and moved down. He just sort of ran down there. This guy over here, he's just chilling. He's just hiding, you know, doing his thing. Rapier back here, fired. Splinter rounds here as well. I believe killed another 1 or 2. They just sort of focused out on there. That was kind of cool. The Whirlybird fires over here. Didn't do anything. Got a bunch of hits. Didn't do anything. Passes 2+ armor save. I mean, what do you expect, right? And then last but not least, the Lightning Strike Fighter flew into the danger zone yet again and took out that Fire Raptor with his 4 Krakens. That was pretty cool. Oh, and I should mention that my Mordrak the Insatiable, that guy right there. Morty. So Morty flew. He tried to kill this one guy. He tried to teleport over there and kill him. But you know, I took 5 dangerous train checks and I rolled a bunch of 1s and he died. So I mean, what can you do, right? So yeah. So that was the end of Alpha Legion turn 4. We'll see you at the end of Night Lord's turn 4.
Night Lord turn 4. Starting down here. As you can see, my characters are missing in action. It's because they ran under the floor to deny any possible VPs.
Heroically.
Yep, heroically, as Night Lords are known to do. Their friends continue to fearlessly march up the street. Not doing much. Head down over here. My guy's still working under the floor. Heroically. Then moving down over there, my guys are heroically standing on that objective.
He's Linebreaker too, aren't they?
Yeah. Anyway, that's the heroic end to Night Lord turn 4. You see at the end of Alpha Legion turn 5.
Alpha Legion turn 5. We're gonna start down here. Mr. Contemptor Dreadnought fired upon these 4 guys. Killed 2 with rends and wounds. Kinda cool. These 2 guys are just chilling on that objective. This Rapier here fired his frag rounds because of the long range. Over here, got a bunch of hits. Nothing. Passed all those armor saves. 2+ armor save, what do you expect? This guy, for like the 3rd time in the game, I thought he had a 40-inch range and it was out of range with my target. So you know what, whatever. I learned some stuff today. So this guy, he did the same thing over here with his frag rounds. I believe he killed 1.
Yeah.
Whirlybird fired there as well. Didn't kill anything. So artillery just pounded these guys, but you know, Terminators, what do you expect? That's kind of their thing. Lastly, very importantly, the Land Raider moved 12 and then 6 flat out onto this objective to try and contest it. That's all I can do. So that's the end of my turn 5. We'll see you at the end of Night Lord's turn 5.
Night Lord turn 5 and the end of the game. Starting down over here. My guys heroically stood where they were and didn't do a single thing, but claimed the objective. Moving down to here, my Plasma Support Squad Sergeant moved out from under the cover of the roof, got within 3 of the objective, tried to charge the Land Raider with his Melt-A-Bomb, rolled a 3.
Wah wah.
Meh. My pinned unit was still pinned. Kurz moved out from underneath the hut to about yay here, charged the last Plasma Support Squad Sergeant guy, got in, slew him, and then his like fear bomb morale testing made the other guy on the objective run away, and then he stood on the objective like a champion
Like a badass.
amongst men. And that is the end of the game, and it ended with 7 VPs from myself, from 3 from the objective. I got Lawbreaker way over there. I got Warlord from his Warlord that was over there. I killed all of his Terminators and Veterans for Pride, and then I killed more Alpha Legion shit than he killed mine for Martial Hubris. And in return, he got 1 for First Blood in my Terminator squad. So see you guys in the post-game show.
The post-game show! You totally watched these guys play 25-hour points and didn't fast forward because you're good people in a good country and not bad people in a bad country. So I'm going to throw it immediately and forthwith to Clarence, MVP.
I don't know. Fire Raptor killed some important stuff. Kurz did some fun things. I think it was Kurz. It had to be Kurz.
He cursed him.
Because
He put the pressure on the whole game.
well, yeah, he buffed squads with the Stealth and Shroud, which definitely let me
huge.
weather the onslaught.
Yeah.
He debuffed the Terminators that came to fight the tactical squad with Fury. He feared them both times.
Oh yeah.
Super useful.
Yeah.
And then he was able to go and contest that objective at the end of the game.
Yep.
So, got him Curse.
Thanks, yeah.
For once.
Jay, MVP.
It's really tough. It's either between the plasma.
I think the Lightning.
That was my most likely choice was the lightning, considering he did more. I think in the end.
Yeah, because the lightning didn't die.
He
Technically
wiped a
did.
squad and ate half of another squad, but then he ate it.
Grabbed that.
So the plane came in, took out the rest of the guns, and then took out a Fire Raptor. I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the lightning.
Yeah, like you said,
Yeah.
the Fire Raptor could contest stuff in the end, so it's going to be better.
That's a very good point too.
Clarence, Encvlave.
Probably the Raptors, just because I forgot to check with them. They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They failed a bunch of.
Yeah. It's the Raptors. I definitely... they did tank some shots, like the Scorpius one round. Could be the Terminators who failed 5 out of 6 4+ saves.
I would.
I still just put all that on the skill of that fucking ridiculous
I mean,
predator that killed
He
them.
shot it
Let's
all
rephrase
the
that.
time.
Jason literally didn't do anything to earn that small victory. It was all down to my bad luck. And nothing...
Alright.
Nothing to do with
maybe.
any perceived skill or his own ability.
Sound like some other
So it's the
people we
Raptors
know.
then, or what? They failed to do the only thing they're meant to do.
Yeah,
They attracted firepower.
they did though. That's the thing.
They kind of kept my attention away from stuff.
Yeah, but it's like they lost the blood smell, and all of a sudden it's like we could have charged, we didn't.
Yeah, but
There's fluff reasoning for that, obviously.
Obviously.
Jay, epic fail.
Oh,
I know who it's gonna be. It's gonna be the Praetor.
Yeah,
Because
He's out. He's out.
cut him.
He's done.
Dynat needs to replace him. He needs to come in and be like, okay, listen, the company has
Dynat's
gone
gonna
through some
hire
changes.
Trump to do it.
We've gone through some changes, and we just don't think you're a fit for this.
We're
company.
restructuring.
We're restructuring, and Dynat's gonna say, my war entry is gonna be a lot better, and I'm a much better person than you are, and he's gonna give him the boot because
He's gonna
that
slam
guy
the gavel with his
every
hand.
single time that guy hits a squad, it's like what? Like past
He
three.
forgets he's a Praetor. He becomes a Centurion or worse.
The joke is that he's the guy who comes in and he pays all the money to win the game, but he doesn't know how to use it. So because he's got all these bells and whistles, and he comes in and he just flops. The veterans know what they're doing. This guy,
He's groundskeeper Willie.
no, yeah,
He tries to save the children every time, but he can't.
yeah. But I mean, at least Willie knows kind of what he's doing.
That's true. He is from North Kilkenny.
This guy, I don't know. He's I don't know. He looks cool, but I don't know.
He does look cool.
I think his brain is a bit melted or something.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
next to the slime too often.
Yeah. I think he's been
He's
smoking.
got some fluid on the brain.
Been
much
smoking
like
a little bit
Jervis.
too much of the good stuff, you know.
2 minutes or less. Thoughts on the game, Clarence?
As I said, the opening salvo was complete and utter bullshit. But despite
Powerful
Jason's one brief moment of luck, or if you want to call that your brief moment of skill, we could go with that. Whichever sounds better to you.
That's really the only moment I had, isn't it?
No,
Your
there's
eyes.
It was a bit of an artillery battle, like back and forth.
How about when I slammed 4 wounds into Comrade Kurz, huh?
Oh,
With this
How
guy?
until he slammed your mom onto that objective.
Okay, I gotta respect that. That was good.
Because that's literally what happened there.
Curse.
He,
But,
he literally turned that he turned that dude into an ethereal and then killed him. You're all gonna run now.
Yeah. So
That's good.
It was good.
So the Terminators kind of sucked. I like the Phosphex rounds off my things.
That was terrifying.
I need to position them better. I really don't use artillery that often.
Well, I kind of positioned my entire army to fuck that one squad.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Like,
Is it 'cause
Jason-
they had Sunday on them, or?
Huh? Yeah, they had that too. So I just wanted to like, in case you put the Dreadnought too close or like.
I think we're all in that same boat of like, do I put it safe or do I put it somewhere it's gonna have direct shots? Because it's not an easy choice.
think
It's
the only
Sunder's
thing-
very strong.
The only thing
Yeah.
I need to do really is just have like one of the two dudes, one in front, one behind.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And see, my plan was.
But you're
You
still
know-
gonna put them with line of sight, like.
Yeah. My plan was to have the Terminators block shots for that to get a nice 4+ cover save. Even though they would actually already have it. Doesn't matter because some Night Wars on
Oh,
turn
yeah.
one. But, you know, I also wanted to move Kurz, like, if I had gone first, like, move him over there, and then on my next turn move him into the squad to, like, make it extra gay for Jason to kill. But
That's racist.
no, it's not. It's just homophobic.
It's all the same now.
Whatever. So
Don't be so suburban. Gay, straight, it's all the same now.
You're such a
my
nobody.
Terminators are a bit like not sour, but like I wish they would have hit, but like the end result
Those guys?
was fine anyway. So I
They could have
don't
done
really care
better.
too much. Definitely could have been way worse.
You mean
They
wait,
did
them
their
or
job.
these ones?
Those ones.
Yeah, yeah.
They could have done
Um,
better, but they did their job.
They
My
didn't kill
plasma-
themselves from plasma.
Yeah.
grenades. That alone
my
is a
plasma
fucking
on
triumph.
average like gets
They
5
removed
hits out of
the unit.
10 shots, and like 2 of my own guys
Yeah.
died.
Think about it. They got Linebreaker, Warlord, and removed the unit and scored an objective. That's
And
probably
they
your best
Secret
squad.
VP.
They also
Secret VP.
contributed to the 2 like Marshall
Yeah.
Marshall Hubris.
So they fucking like that one unit.
So your new MVP
God.
is.
So they got Linebreaker,
We're backtracking
Warlord,
Yeah.
Objective. They literally got all the points.
Curse is playing sucking fiddle because yeah, you're right. They literally won the
yeah,
game. hands
these
down.
guys showed up and they're like, we got
Yeah, but Kurz allowed like
yeah.
that front, the western.
I couldn't
front.
really-
Yeah, but that's an assist at best because that's like scoring the goal, right?
Yeah.
Like he kicked the goalie in the nuts, but he put the fucking
Yeah,
put the
but let me ask you this: which one's more Night Lordy?
Oh, that's a
The
good
nut
point.
kick
Yeah.
for sure. Like,
Well, I don't know. Maybe the puck like went through the goalie and eviscerated him and like flew out of his back. I don't know. Maybe the puck is made of lasers or saws because it is also very night lord.
yeah, made of children's tears.
Tears of
Just
baby.
lined with exacto blades.
Skins with 1,000 children. Clarence, no, Clarence.
Oh.
Jason,
Me.
Anubis.
Me.
You have 2
Not
minutes
him.
or less to tell me your thoughts on the game. And go.
Oh, it's too much pressure. No, okay.
Do now.
So, a couple things I learned. The laser Vindicator has a 36-inch range.
Oh, you
I
put
need
that for your.
You're, like, cutting it
I'm
into
gonna
your
cut it
flesh.
into my flesh because, like, I kept thinking like the last cannon is 48, and I lined up so many shots. And I'm like, yeah.
I can't wait until we open the book and see that it does indeed have a 48.
That's great. So yeah, that I actually could have used him a little better.
You should have put him in the center.
I kept thinking 48, so I kind of fucked up there. Contempt is great. I'm never gonna stop taking him.
It's the best unit in every
I'm
list.
never gonna stop taking the Predator. The Whirlybird is good, but I don't know.
The Whirlybird is good, but
I
2+ armor is tough for it.
Yeah, and I could potentially have a better heavy support.
It also can't
Yeah, I
get
don't know.
through heavy cover.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true too.
I wanted to take the flame rounds.
It's 40K.
on these things for that, but
There's still playing Cleary when he has a 2+ cover save.
yeah.
It's nice to have something that has no cover. Even if it's just like a bolt around,
That's
nice.
Well, I kept thinking like
The Typhon.
I was like, he's gonna have.
Sit.
I kept
Yeah.
thinking he's gonna have shrouded at best. I didn't think of stealth and shrouded. I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So this guy is like Shadow Sun.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't realize that.
Whom he also bends over, similar to your mom.
Well, I mean, she calls him up on the weekend sometimes, and things get a little
She likes
crazy.
it rough.
She likes it.
She's in heat.
He's into some weird stuff, and so she. Anyway, so the Land Raider was actually kind of cool. I mean, he didn't really kill a lot, but the fact that it
contested an objective. It could have been 10-1.
It wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't a huge thing in this game, but I don't know. It has a utility for that. Its resiliency is almost its main thing, but really, like we've talked about before, Spider-Man is always better.
I just think in 30K, this is my honest wish for it. I literally wish you could take it stripped the fuck down. Like, here I have it with no sponsons. It just has the twin heavy bolter. I've saved, 50 points or whatever.
I wish it had more options, too. I wish you could take, auto cannons or plasma blasters
Flame
or
Mechanicum.
meltas or something on the side.
Play Mechanicum for that.
You get the
yeah.
Explorator, which is like...
Which will also explore to your mom.
Yeah. And they have a weapon that has Imploder in the title, which...
That's always nice.
I like that. That's
you like some Imodium to fight that one.
Yeah, so basically to sum it up, I learned a few things that I need to remember for next time. Yeah. I don't really regret any of the decisions I made. I probably could have been
more attacks.
I probably could. Well, his loadout.
now that you've learned,
he's gonna have Serpentas.
Okay.
If I use him that way.
That's the lesson. That's
the I still gotta practice a bit more with Voidwalker. Probably be a little more conservative. It's hard.
That was my challenge with it as well,
but
because when you have that ability to attack any unit on the battlefield, very hard to just hold back and do nothing. Yeah. So it's very tempting to put it out there early, and then you'll never have an end game. So.
That's why I almost want to put him in reserve. Just so it thinks that.
Does it arrive Deep Circuit when it comes in, or just normal, right?
It's normal.
Yeah, so you just walk.
Because the option is instead of moving normally, and you can't do that if you're in the reserve.
That's probably for the best, because it doesn't need that, especially if it's teleporting for movement.
Yeah.
My 2-minute thoughts on the game. Very interesting, actually, because I thought Jay, I wouldn't say he had it, but I thought he had a good lead on you, and you came back. And you did what mattered. He made an error by moving his Vindy, because I feel like he could have blocked him. You still would have won it, but just to be in the score lower, but...
Could have been 4-1.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, I think by the end you did well. I don't know. Denied flank worked initially, but
yeah.
See, the thing was because there's two objectives on this side.
No.
Denying your flank over there didn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the opposite flank.
It's because Kurz was on this flank.
I didn't want to deal with him at all. I was trying to avoid, that was my thoughts. I'm not saying it's right.
No,
that was my thoughts.
It's terrible.
I was like, you know what? I'm not going to play his game. I'm not going to play their game. I'm just going to shoot the fuck out of this unit and then punch through here. My idea was maybe I could just sort of and then just shoot them as they come at me, right? But
what I think I would have done had I been playing your list, obviously.
Yeah.
Land Raider center with the stupid laser Vindy behind it.
Yeah.
Because Land Raider's gonna move first opportunity. You go
this
is and then
this is something I need to start thinking of too. That you actually brought up a good point. Is that when I infiltrate, particularly with the Land Raider, the fact is that I can be because I'm I put my Vindicator and I'm oh, he's not in good cover, and then I can I keep forgetting I can just put a Land Raider in front of that.
Yeah, that's very true.
Right, because it infiltrates. I can just be and then cover that thing's advance. So I don't know. I need to think a little bit more about infiltrating.
You're not wrong for being scared of Kurz, because Kurz can come with a fucking ton of bricks. And
phrasing boom.
Well, you know what?
Whatever he charges is gonna die.
I blame years of playing Tau. It broke me.
Yeah, I can see that. No, it's true though. It's true, right? Because you have that fear of everything's gonna steamroll you. And you do have some units that can take a punch, right? Not everything. But
Tau going
Terminators are not suits. They can take a punch.
Mm-hmm.
They're like a strong.
It's just not his Praetor. His Praetor, in fact, is
he's a wet noodle, in a
very stealth suit.
Yeah, you gotta go back to Delegatus because when you ran him as the Delegatus, you saved 35 points or something.
Yeah, and he actually was I'm contributing instead of just being a wet noodle.
Honestly, the way to do Praetor, I've unlocked it and it's called bikes. Okay, bikes.
Yes.
Whether jetpack or jump back, beat face character on bike.
Yes, Ben is the one who pioneered.
I pioneered the entire idea. I wrote it into the book.
Discovered
5 years ago.
pioneered.
He was like,
discovery
"Go,
for 30K.
that fire, go!"
I actually made the scimitar mold myself.
For
Sold it.
30K.
He did.
The forge rule.
He even wrote the rules.
Yes.
I was
I
there.
invented anti-grav technology.
Yeah.
I may or may not be the emperor.
Yeah, so you've probably checked out by now. So like, subscribe, and no.
Oh, we have to see if it's still recording because we have to do our favorite segment.
Donate to me on Patreon.
Yeah,
Donate to me on
Of course, there's
Patreon.
always the Patreon jokes.
We'll
be
but
monetized
seriously,
one day.
go to me on Facebook and just give me money.
Recording?
Oh, yeah.
If
We're
you
still recording.
If you see me on the
For
side
once.
of the road,
For once.
Hit him
give me
up.
money.
He gives it a wicked blowjob.
Oh yeah, dude, you have no idea.
He'll suck the dick off your pelvis.
Dude, I could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
Now, speaking of sucking chrome off trailer hitches, that's a great intro to
Segue.
segue to 40K.
I thought you were gonna say Jervis.
Jervis.
To be honest.
Hey, I will not comment on Jervis's preferences. So, Warhammer 40K, as you may know, is in a death spiral. And a lot of that has...
Death from the sky
Death
spiral.
from the sky spiral.
The
So,
planes are spiraling down.
they introduced a new optional mandatory expansion. Not sure how to play that one.
Mandatory.
It's mandatory for you to go out and buy it right
Yeah,
now.
you have to. And in fact, if you don't, Jervis will kill you. So it appears that we stopped recording mid-rant.
Jervis, in fact, not
yeah.
only took out our camera, but our light as well.
and
he's
our
in the war
hopes
room.
and dreams.
He's
Rah,
in
rah, 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 rah,
electrical warfare. So I was complaining about the massive stupidity of putting out a $70 book to jingle the fucking keys to the kitty of this game. Like, it's what, like 2 pages of rules realistically, probably.
And how
You've got
many new flyers are in there?
0 and the missing flyers.
Two.
Wait, what's the new flyer?
There's
Space
the
Marine?
Orc one.
Okay,
and the Space
yeah.
Marine
Oh
one.
yeah, what is it called? Like
The Orc
the
something
Bombasta
stupid.
or something?
Yeah.
The Anus Blasta? Yeah, okay.
In fairness, it's an okay model. Okay, yeah, so there are 2 new ones for the factions that needed them.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
orcs
because
needed
everybody
something.
plays
Right.
orcs, and
Space
Space
Marines
Marines
needed it.
needed more flyers.
That's actually the joke, okay? The poor DACA jet, which has only been getting like nut tapped left and right, is now even worse than it was before.
I used to live
And this is
here.
gonna make you want to buy them because Jervis is fucking high on
Who the
crack.
fuck plays orcs? Like,
Exactly. Is everyone left?
because they broke a whole faction and haven't fixed that.
It eases the pain.
Wait, are you okay?
It's too straight. It's a dumb idea, and as has been pointed out on Daka Daka by many a smart individual, it's likely just a test run for the eventual 8th edition when you get in the fall anyway. So
You mean real 7th edition?
real 7th edition. So yeah, don't buy the book if you value common sense, and if you play 30K like
Don't
us.
play by the rules in the book.
No.
Fuck buying it in the first place.
And that's only one of the elephants in the room. There's another elephant in the room, and I'll go to Clarence.
Eh?
Did you just
The
call him fat?
FAQs.
Ah.
The FAQ.
Did you just call Clarence fat?
No, he's not the elephant. He is smaller.
I like it.
Well,
Appendages.
as you may have noticed, GW also watches their battle reports because they're so impressed with their terrain rolls. They too decided to play with no melting.
Yeah, that's the one positive, I guess, from the whole FAQ. What other good came from the FAQ?
Oh, there's some interesting, like you can use like if you have a weapon that like gives like a wielder gets X bonus, you get that even if you use a different melee weapon.
It's kind of weird.
It's kind of interesting.
The grenade thing's got to go. No.
Wait, so if you have like a power fist and a
No.
power sword, okay.
It's
Alright,
like,
we're good.
for example, in 30K, Raven Guard's relic is the wielder counts all wounds as double for combat res. So if you have that in your like that in a Paragon Blade, and you kill people with a Paragon Blade.
Okay.
Kill like 4 people, you count as doing 8 for combat
I
res.
see.
It's kind of obvious they don't have a real physics engine for the movement in the game because they brought back unlimited ceiling, but not for everything. I don't think.
Hey, this is a small indie game developer trying to get
Very limited resources.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, model producing company. They don't do games. They're just.
My favorite comment on the whole thing was on DACA. I wish I could remember the poster, but my apologies. The guy said this FAQ needs an FAQ, and I fucking spat my drink out in front
The
of him.
drink?
You did a spit take?
I was just like a. It was true. It was like 40 pages of FAQ information. You're like, my eyes are bleeding by the end of it. Like,
I have so many more questions than I had when I walked in here. Yeah.
And like it's great to FAQ. It's great to answer questions. But there's also something called an errata, where when you actually have to go back and put a bit of whiteout and change things because it affects a lot of shit, and they didn't do that. So like the fucking new movement rules for vehicles make no sense. Spinning on the spot. Which the rulebook will simultaneously tell you that they cost you no movement and now cost you 4 inches of movement. So which one? We'll never know.
Well, also, I hope all you guys remember your like highly honed skills from Warhammer Fantasy Battles no longer exist at Age of Sigmar, because you get to learn how to do this thing called wheeling. Now that you don't get to reform, pivot. Any
And
way
it
you want.
applies to hovering vehicles.
Because reasons.
I mean, not
Because
that
Jervis.
not that Tau skimmers or Eldar skimmers needed to get better, but I mean, if we're going to use reason at all,
I feel
it just doesn't seem right.
It's a metaphor for GW's entire view on solving problems. You can't solve one unless you create 7 more that you can charge money for later.
Yeah, oh, that's so good.
That's
Yeah.
literally what's fucking happening.
They're literally EA.
They're really EA because you know what?
They're fucking.
Let's praise another company. Hawk fucking War Games. What's his name? Who's the guy there? Dave, you're the man because you figured out, hey, you can just measure from the center of the fucking model. If GW understood that, they could have fixed all of this with 1 line of fucking writing. But no, they had to fix 1 problem and create 17 others like they always fucking do. So, yeah, good intention. Give us a half-baked FAQ. And granted, yeah, it's not the final product. There is an FAQ coming. Maybe that will be way better. Hopefully that'll be way fucking better, but... I don't know, my only thing right now, I don't give a shit about 40k, but it's the things that will bleed into 30k.
Yes.
That I don't really...
Yes.
There's good stuff. Let's give them props. The toe-in stuff is nonsense is gone, and that's a good move in the right direction. I think toe-in was a bit silly with some things, especially the bigger stuff, so... We've already got rid of that in our own FAQs for 20.
It only affects gargantuan creatures, though. Monstrous creatures can still tow into area terrain.
So that's still the imperfectness of the FAQ, I'm guessing, then, than just sort of scatter shooting it and not really thinking about global rules and all that stuff. Anyway, man, they're doing things right in some regards, right? Sort of. They got something right. They got a few answers that we needed. I don't know.
By a few, we mean like 1
or 2.
And by wrong, it's like everything else. So like...
I thought of one. They finally... I'm happy I was on the right side of this. They finally shut down that stupid thing from the transport section about measuring from vehicles that people were using, getting like all sorts of shit.
Good.
So thankfully, all that banner bullshit is gone. No more bullshit.
I mean,
no more people putting their war,
however,
in the
you
vehicle.
can now power the machine spirit through ordnance.
All right. Well, there's always
to
that.
resolve it, or like anything.
Yeah.
To resolve a full ballistic skill.
And they just flat out said that in the FAQ answer, right? Yeah. At least we know there's no ambiguity there, but they could have written it better. But whatever. Now we know.
Yeah.
And knowing is half
Fire
the
after
battle.
buff.
Half the battle.
Fire Raptor buff. Because they needed one.
Oh, yeah.
What's on the 30k front? Can we end on a positive note?
Lehman Russ looks pretty cool.
The what now?
Lehman Russ.
Oh, I have not seen him. What is he
pretty
looking?
good.
It's a good tank. I like that tank.
Yeah. He's on both machines, so it's pretty interesting.
I did see Tylos Rubio, who's okay.
Isn't that the guy you really like who has this divination?
Well, he's that really good psyker, but like if you lose him, you can't win, right?
So he's a Delegatus with divination, right?
Nah, he's a knight errant. He's a knight errant. But he's also like a fucking good psyker. He's probably the best psyker.
Yeah, you get bunch of
but primarily on divination, right?
Yeah.
He's good. It's just man, you're smart, clearly smart. You're just gonna kill him. You're gonna throw everything at him all game and kill him, and then I can't win. I can tie it best.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay, if you have artillery,
me being smart,
and artillery are now sniper rifles because 7th edition, so you'll just target him individually.
Oh yeah,
I think that's I would do that if I was playing against him. Yeah. No, the guy I'm in love with actually. That sounds wrong. Is the
I met him.
What's his name?
He's really nice.
It's the night guy. He's the Mean Reaver. See that one? At least if you take him, he's not easy to fucking kill. He's toughness 5. You really have to beat into him. He's got
playing Black Shields instead, and then he doesn't even lose you at the end.
Don't you?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Don't you literally play Black Shields?
Yes, I just haven't figuratively. Because I still use Iron Warriors for now.
Literally collects them.
I literally collect them.
Okay.
And I could run them now in theory. I just need to make Deathlocks if I want to do Deathlocks. But I don't need Deathlocks.
Deathcloaks.
Deathcloaks.
Just played Metalocalypse all the time.
Folks like coffee. Any other 30k stuff? Anything?
No, but Adeptus Titanicus comes
That sounds
back.
You know what? I'm actually I could get into that.
Yeah.
I like me some Mech Warrior and
Like you some.
You're gay for robots.
I am. Oh, you have no idea.
Many people like the Epic as well. A lot of people like the Epic as well.
Yeah, I always wanted to get into Epic, but it was kind of inaccessible for me at the time. I also wanted to play Tau, and that was a problem. But
It is a problem.
Yeah.
People wanting to play Tau have
It's a
caused a lot of problems.
I need to go to Tau Players Anonymous, and get help.
Fish people and all
Yeah. Well, my name is Jason, and I've been playing Tau for about 8 years now.
Well, if anything, you don't because you've been like off the Tau for like 6 months.
Yeah.
You don't even have split fire anymore. You've lost everything.
I don't even know what I'm like.
There's a marker like
The assault phase comes around, and I'm like, why? Wait, I can't move anything.
The assault phase comes around. He's like, I need to charge them.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I don't know. I mean, starting over and playing a new army and playing a new game, like that's been really fun for me. So I've been enjoying that. But I mean,
there's less bitterness after the games too because they're closer. They're closer than.
I
some
agree.
of the 40K games.
I do miss my Tau, and I do miss playing Tau, but like.
Maybe not their current state.
It's gotten so bad that I've literally spent times thinking like maybe I could sell them all.
Man,
and I'm like no.
Maybe
No.
Maybe if you come against like an Eldar player more regularly, where it's more like they're both pretty fucking strong and like dumb.
Yeah.
Then maybe it'd be like, okay, like they're closer. We both got stupid things.
I also
to do.
feel like I'd be a little bit more suicidal.
Marines.
I'd be like, I have to play out
In
there.
fairness, Marines have a lot of stupid shit now too. Like I haven't played him since the new White Scars, but if I whipped out the new White Scars,
Yeah.
we would be hating each other.
Marines
We would
get
just be
a
hating
lot
each
more
other.
dumb the more allies and other formations.
Oh, there's so much
included in them.
nonsense with them.
I used Tau and Eldar as a good like baseline of things, books that are really strong
On their own.
individually without allies.
Yeah, with Marines, it's just. I mean, like, there's the new Geo. That's the third thing we complain about. The stupid Marine expansion. That
don't
was not
even get me
necessary.
started
Now,
on that.
In fairness, some of it is just a reprint from the Kaoyan book.
The
The Kaoyan.
Kalyan.
So that's fine, I guess, but that stuff is still kind of unnecessary. But
I mean,
no, the
build a greater
Geokinesis.
Nurlock.
Yeah.
Is it really that great though?
But no, it's the Kayan command center.
Right.
Come on.
That's right. Then I can't.
Was that a?
That was a Dawn of War
Dawn of War
reference.
joke. Yeah.
Without the breastplate, it
Okay.
will be so.
If you may not know this, is it Geokinesis?
Yeah, probably.
Geokinesis. So Marines, for some reason, got their own psychic powers.
You can build your own website.
And let's
still
use
have
this
one of those.
piece of terrain here. So with this power, I could just pick up this fucking piece of terrain
Oh, wow,
and
wow,
move
wow,
it
wow, wow, wow,
with
wow, wow,
models
wow, wow,
on
wow,
it
wow, wow, wow.
because it's a good
Tactics.
way of making and keeping friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, of course, very viable and in no way disruptive
Especially
or
here-
dangerous to damaging models.
Especially here where I hear, this is just like word on the streets is Ben doesn't care about his terrain placement.
No. I'm in no way anal about placing terrain at all.
So when I
Like
want to
this?
play,
Is a no-go.
when I want to play a thinking man's game, the first thing I reach for is the game where I can put all my guys on a fucking forest and then pick it up, the entire fucking forest, pick it up, and then go like, now they're over here.
Why do force when you can settle for Sky Shield?
You know what? See, I'm not even doing it right.
Can I make a prediction? The next rule book will be half coloring book. I swear to fucking God.
Color in the rule.
Yes, make your own because you have to anyway.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It'll just be a notebook
yeah.
and some dice. There you go. Fucking do it yourself.
It's like a trapper keeper thing in a fucking
The title of it's gonna be Warhammer, the Jervis Johnson story.
Yeah.
It's got a space marine on the cover doing this, and it's like, what you think about? Oh, bolter stuff, it's just awful. All right, well, GW, we'll buy from you again one day, I'm sure, and
It's
until
like
then, don't go into
the
business.
dealer that you like Maybe one day you'll answer.
If you're listening to this, make it a skirmish game again.
Yes.
Give us back the importance of troops and the importance of
the
maneuvering.
FOC.
Give us back the pride of owning one army and considering yourself, a ex-player. I was a Tau player. He was a guard player.
Make a game where you have some sort of combined detachment of arms who work in conjunction with each other through synergy and tactics to affect the result.
The synergy is objective secured.
Yeah, and maybe not give away free shit.
Yeah.
And formations and all that shit should stay in APOC, and people can at least call it APOC. We can go, hey, they're playing APOC.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting really tired of saying they're playing 40k, because no one's playing actual 40k.
Yeah.
It's all fucking APOC, and it all sucks.
I asked a guy once. It was a newer guy. I was at a GW store, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? What army do you play?" And he started listing off units.
And that's the problem. There's no identity anymore. There's no I'm a Tau player.
I
I'm
have
a Marine player. It's just I own stuff.
I have broadsides and dark raiders and
a knight.
The fuck they were called. These dark Galar units, and he was all these other Marine units, and I was like, "But what army do you play?" And he couldn't give me a straight answer. And this was the same day where someone asked me, "What do you mean by 0 to 1?"
You just want to give them a hug.
I was like,
oh,
I almost started crying. I was like, "Oh my god, you guys."
Gods of war, may your hammer be mighty.